my channel. So today I'm going to do an eyeshadow declutter and also organization video. I don't think this is going to be the longest video because there really aren't that many palettes that I feel like I'm going to let go of, and it's not really going to be a full collection video because I've already done kind of that with my rankings. So hopefully this won't be hours and hours long and we'll get through this pretty fast. But my eyeshadow has been like laid out on my desk for the longest time. You can see there's even more over here. And it's just not manageable. So I need to put them away, but before I put them away, I figured, well, let's just do the declutter first. Okay, so first off, we have the Lunar Beauty Mood Prism. This one looks like this. I'm keeping this. I know I ranked it pretty low, but I don't feel at this point that I could let it go. I think I would rather use it a little bit more. The way that I'm looking at this is, if I pull a palette in this video and I think to myself, am I going to project pan that palette? If it's pulled up in a pan those eyeshadows or project level up, am I going to be happy or am I going to want to re-roll? If I'm going to want to re-roll, most likely I'm going to declutter the palette. So this one I will keep because I'm happy to just, you know, the shades are still decent. This one, ColourPop, I'm going to keep as well. This is the Hocus Pocus 2, All Hallows Eve. And it looks like this. I'm keeping this one. I do like this one. Then we've got Glam Shop Nugatoa, keeping this one as well. One of my favorites. I think it's absolutely stunning. So yeah, definitely keeping that. I think probably this pile wasn't the best pile to start off with because I think I'm keeping all of them. Cosmic Beauty Neustrals. I'm definitely keeping this one. It is very new to my collection. Another Glam Shop. This one I'm definitely keeping as well because it is also pretty new. And then the Sorbetti from Glam Shop. Yeah, I think I'm keeping all these. This one I really enjoy. I think it's really fun. So definitely keeping that one. And Molten Metals wasn't my favorite from Gloss Gods, but I'm definitely keeping it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that one. And then obviously Gal on Venus I am keeping because it's absolutely stunning and really, really fun. Now, this one, Blend Away P. Louise. Am I keeping this bad boy? A part of me really wants to, you can't even see it all. Let me just like, there you go. You can't even see it. A part of me wants to declutter this, but I know that actually some of these shades are really pretty. So like, how could I declutter it? It's actually not bad quality if I just swatch those. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this because of my lighting. Those are actually really, really pretty. So how could I say goodbye to it? It's just a huge palette. And then I think, well, I should actually take some shades out and depot it. But I rarely go into my singles. Oh, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to have to roll this into a project and really use it because I don't know it. And I think if it were rolled into a project, I would be actually quite happy with that. So let me just zoom you out because you're a little bit too zoomed in. Okay. Moving on, we have another ColourPop. This is the Haunted Mansion. Definitely keeping this one. I think this one is stunning and underrated for sure. Then we have the Muse from Cosmic Beauty. I'm keeping this one. Not my favorite, but I can't deny that these shades are beautiful. I just find it hard to work with this one in terms of like putting a look together that's not super dark. So I need to play around with this one a little bit more. So yeah, so far I'm not getting rid of any of this stuff. We got Lunar Beauty Moonshroom. Definitely keeping this one. I love it. Aurora Strut from ColourPop. This is one where I think I'm going to depot it because some of these shades, I have a singles palette, if you're not aware. I have this palette that has all of my, well, a lot of my ColourPop singles from my 9 pans and 12 pans from over the years. And I think that I'm going to take this one out of the packaging because the packaging is pretty big. I also don't feel the need to have all of these darker tones. And I think I'm just going to keep the ones that I want. They're all the same size as what I have in that magnetic palette anyway. So this one's going to be one where I depot it. So not a full-on declutter, but I just know my limitations with like darker shades and I'm just not keen on them. Okay, then we have the NARS Afterglow. I'm definitely keeping this one. So this one is fine. Let's Get Nude from Gloss Gods. Definitely keeping this one as well. Is this a declutter? We're getting there. We've got the Essence Lion King Circle of Life. So This is one where I'm really struggling to know, like I picked it up because I really like the color story and I really haven't used it enough. There's only really a few, like a few shades that I actually have gone into, and then other shades I haven't. I picked it up for this shade and I've rarely even gone into this shade, which is stupid of me. But this is just a gorgeous taupey brown. It's not even a taupey brown, it's like a gorgeous, oh my gosh, that is stunning. And that is like really nice high-end quality. So I think the problem I've had with this one is it has been rolled into Pando's eyeshadows, and I was working on this for the longest and I just neglected the rest of the palette. And I just need to actually enjoy the palette for what it is. It's my only essence, so I think I am gonna keep that. Okay, this one, I'm getting rid of this one. We have a declutter, I promise. This is from She Glam. It's the Virtuous Virgo. I love the packaging, I really do. I picked it up because it's for Virgos, but honestly, I mean, I don't need this. I have these tones elsewhere, and if I'm being honest with myself, I mean, I just don't think the quality is very good. I mean, it's not terrible though. It really isn't actually that terrible. Like, that is actually quite pretty. Oh, what am I doing? Am I strong enough to declutter today? Am I? I mean, look. If the Virtuous Virgo from She Glam was pulled into a project level up, let's say, would I be happy to work on this? I don't think I would be. I would actually, it would drive me crazy. It's too monochromatic. Yeah, this one is gone. All right, Blueberry Muffin from BH. I'm keeping this one. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm keeping it. Natasha Denona Retro. I'm keeping this one as well. It's my only Natasha Denona, and I do enjoy it. So this one is staying. We're running out of space. Okay, this one, Gloss Gods, What's Your Power? Definitely keeping. I put the time and effort into this one, not getting rid of it. Love the shades in here. All right, then we have the Summer Saint-Tropez from BH Cosmetics. This one I'm gonna say goodbye to. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to save the shade Coastline, because I really do like this shade. But I think otherwise, none of these other ones are very special and unique in my collection anymore, aside from this Coastline shade, which is swatched right there. So yeah, this one I'm gonna declutter with the attempt to save this shade, maybe a couple of other shimmers. I might be tempted to save the yellow as well, I don't know. But yeah, this one I'm going to put into the declutter pile and then we'll figure it out. Okay, then we have the Nabla Dreamy palette. Honestly, I don't really feel like I would miss this one all that much from my collection. And I'm going to keep it because I don't want to declutter it and then regret it. But I think what I'm going to do is if I don't pull it for the next few months, I'm not going to put an actual timeline, but if I don't use it or I don't want to use it, if I don't like really enjoy it again, because I really used to love this palette, but now I just find myself a little bored of it. If I don't end up loving it, then I might end up just decluttering it anyway. Or should I just declutter and get on with it? I mean, I do have these shades in other palettes. I just think the quality of Nabla is so beautiful, and the problem that I'm facing is I'm not interested in this color story anymore. But that might change. So, yeah, like this is really pretty. Like that is really pretty. Can't really see because of the light, but oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. Now I can't say goodbye to this, because if I want a really beautiful rosy pink tone, this is perfect. So I'm gonna keep this for now. But like I said, if I don't go into it in the next few months, potentially I will have to say goodbye. All right, so we got more here. So we got the Avatar. This is from Lethal Cosmetics. This is the blue one. Absolutely keeping. Would never declutter this. The formula and the shades are just stunning. So that one is definitely staying in my collection. We've got another Glam Shop, Mousse Noah, and this one is also staying because I really, really enjoy it. I mean, I'm just thinking I have these tones. So like, why would I, because there are some like rosy tones in here, right? And then Nabla, I mean, it's very similar. Like, why am I keeping the Nabla if I can find other palettes straight away that give me similar vibe but are way more interesting for me? I'm going to put the Nabla in the declutter pile. I can always put it back if I regret my choices. Okay, then we have the Color of Rain Gloss Gods. Absolutely, I'm gonna like keep all my Gloss Gods, I think, maybe aside from one, which you might know if you know my channel, which one I'm gonna say goodbye to. But this one I'm definitely keeping, it's beautiful. Midnight palette from Beauty Bay. So I've been humming and ahhing what I wanna do with this one because I originally thought I was gonna be depotting it, but then I just thought to myself, is that going to actually make me use these shades a little bit more? There are some really nice shades. I really like this Periwinkle shade. I like some of the shimmers. But I really don't need all of these purples and blues. However, it is fun to have the option while it is in my collection. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. Okay, Sigma Corta Rosa. It is time to say goodbye to this. I've had enough of this one and I just don't want to, I don't want it anymore. I mean, the shades, some of the shades are fine still, I guess, but yeah, I'm gonna say goodbye to this. It's just a palette that I have always been disappointed in and I don't want to continue being disappointed in it. Also, it's been pulled with so many projects and I'm just thinking if it's pulled for another project, I don't want to use it. I don't want to use it. Okay, next up we've got the Norvina from ABH. Absolutely keeping, love this one, definitely staying. Then we have the Jackie Aina. I'm also keeping this one, love it, definitely staying. Okay, Canyon, Alter Ego, love it, definitely staying as well. Then we have another Alter Ego, Artemis, definitely staying, love it as well. So all these I love. Okay, Avocado Toast BH Cosmetics. I'm gonna say goodbye to this. This might be pulled for a Bingo of Shame because I did nominate it for the Bingo of Shame sort of project and it could randomly be pulled. So I'm going to keep it for that reason if it is pulled, but from my collection, I think I am going to declutter it. I might keep one or two of these shades. Do I need to though? I mean, actually these shades are very pretty. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Wait. Do I get rid of this or do I just keep it and try to play around with it? Oh, I don't know. I was like, no, you know what? I am going to declutter it and then I'll save some shades. I just have too much green in my collection and the more green I can get rid of, I think the better. All right, moving on, we have What's Up Beauty Desert Monsoon. I think I'm going to keep this for really the only reason I'm going to keep this is like because I have the other two and I got the bundle and it's good to have, but it's not something that I really find much pleasure in. However, if this was rolled into a project level up, I would work on it and potentially fall in love with the palette. So I'm going to keep it for that reason. I know that's kind of silly. Okay, moving on, we've got the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. This one, of course I'm keeping. Why would I ever get rid of this? Can't even get that anymore. Then we have Gloss Gods New Neutrals. Keeping that one. Beautiful, beautiful. I do have a code for Gloss Gods, so if you follow the link in my description, you can get 10% off. I do get kickback if you do decide to purchase through my link, but obviously if you are buying anything, you know, you might as well get your coin. And then we've got What's Up Beauty. This is the Dragon's Eye. I'm going to keep this one as well. It's not my favorite. I didn't rank it super high when I did my ranking, but I just feel like it's quite a mid-tone palette. But if I use it with other palettes, I think it works fine. Then this one's pretty new, so I'm keeping this one. This is the Revolution Astronova. I really, really love this color story. Quality is a little bit hit and miss, as you would with Revolution, but really enjoy it. Ha 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 ha! Okay, Jewels and Gem from Odin's Eye. Now, I really want to declutter this. The niggling part of my brain is like, keep it because it's your only Odin's Eye palette left. So it's the only one that I can be like, it sucks. But I kind of heard that this was a dud palette for a lot of people. And then there's some palettes that are just amazing. And you know, that can happen. It's just unfortunate that every palette that I've tried from Odin's Eye, I just don't think has been amazing. So do I keep this? I don't know. I don't like, if this was pulled for a project level up, I would absolutely re-roll because I would not want to work on these shades because some of them are not even worth my time. Like they're so dry and awful. There's some really pretty shades, like Swoon is actually quite pretty and stunning. And if the rest of the shades were like this, then I would be very happy. You could see it's so iridescent. Beautiful. I would be so happy if the rest of the shades were like that, but they're not. I think I'm going to keep it for reference, but I'm going to roll it out of projects. Like, it's not going to be a palette that I'm going to, like, is there any point to that? Maybe I should just declutter this. A part of me doesn't want to because it's proof that it's so bad. Like, these shades are pretty, but they don't look pretty on the lids. Actually, that purple is quite pretty. What's gone on? What am I doing? No, I don't think so. I don't think that I should keep this in my collection. If anything, I think I might save the swoon shade because it's really kind of special. I'm going to declutter this. Oh, the palette is so stunning though. Like, I'm actually kind of upset. Like, this is actually quite pretty. Maybe let me know if you want me to try Onsai again. I've seen more and more people complain about the formula, so it's like putting me off even more. But I have not purchased from them since this release, which was like 2 years ago. But let me know if you want me to try Onsai again, and maybe we'll see together if it's changed. I think for now I'm going to declutter this. It's such a shame though, because it's such a gorgeous looking palette. Okay, then we have Vintage Glam from Gloss Gods. This one I love, and they brought it back so you can buy it. It was limited edition a few years ago, but they definitely have it back in stock, and it is so pretty. Okay, then we have another Revolution. This is the Dangerous Love, and I like it, so I'm keeping it. And Huda Beauty Naughty Nude, of course I'm keeping this one. It is my Pan That palette for the year, so definitely keeping that. All right, we got a little bit more, but honestly not that many. I think we're almost done. So yeah, pretty decent. I have about like 70-ish palettes, so yeah, what you see is what I have. Okay, so this next one, Romand. This is the Mahogany Garden. I tried this when I was trying K-Beauty last year, and unfortunately, I guess I picked the wrong palette. I really don't enjoy this palette. It's got 2 glitters, 2 shimmers that don't really have any impact. The mattes are fine, but it's such a boring palette that I don't need it, and I have a lot of other neutrals in my collection. So this one I'm going to say goodbye to. Okay, the Let's Pop from Gloss Gods. This one I'm going to be decluttering, but I am going to be saving these 3 shades. I've been kind of hinting at that for the longest time. These 2 are absolutely terrible, but these 3 I'm going to be saving. So I'm going to put it in declutter pile, but it's decluttered to be saved. Okay, and then Gal on Jupiter. This is Gloss Gods. I love this palette. Keeping. We have the Inslee Rainflower Moon. It's the only one that I have. I am going to be keeping it. It's a stunning palette. The quality is beautiful. Not going to be buying from Inslee Rain for a long time, but do enjoy that. Then we have Glaminatrix Rich Romantics. Absolutely keeping. I did pick up the Nearly Neutrals palette on release, so I'm so excited. It's going to take probably a bit of time to get here. But yeah, I love the Glaminatrix formula is beautiful. Okay, then we have the Feral from Menagerie. I'm absolutely keeping this one as well. Not my favorite color story, but I think the quality is beautiful. Then we have Gorman Girls Peach Perfect. Definitely keeping this one. I really want to try more from Gorman Girls. And I also picked up their new palette, so I will be doing that very, very shortly when it arrives. Then we have Club Nebula from Kaleidos. I love this one. Obviously, I've been working on it quite a bit. My project level up. We've got the Avatar from Lethal. This is the Air palette. This is also a project level up palette at the moment. I love this one. Shadow Kiss from Alter Ego. Definitely keeping Pan That palette for the year. Then we look for Rainbows from Gloss Gods. This one, absolutely stunning, keeping. It's my Pan That palette in order. Killer Purr from Menagerie. Love this one. Absolutely keeping. Singe Beauty Galactic Visitor. Definitely keeping this one. I want to play with this one a little bit more. I really, really think this is stunning. Probably like, Gabby, this is a lot you're keeping. Yeah, it is. I did warn you in the beginning. All right, Gloss Gods. Dancing, what is this? Dancing in the Sky. Sadly, this is the palette that everybody wants and nobody can get. It is absolutely beautiful. Sometimes it comes back into stock. I've heard, I've never seen it, but some of you have been lucky enough, so you just got to keep checking, but it's so beautiful, this one. And then we have Gal on the Moon from Gloss Gods. Really enjoy this one too. It's a little bit newer for me in my collection, so haven't got to know it too well. Okay, Dubious Place, the Bronze Rustic. I'm going to say goodbye to this. I actually kept it for a long time because of this bright shade here, but I feel like I have that shade in other palettes, and I think I've just showed you. Like the Avatar Air one, if you match them up, they're pretty much the same red. They're like a red, but like an orange, blood orange red. It's not like a real, like, I don't know, I can't really it's not like a blue red, if that makes sense. So I don't feel like I need this palette anymore because I was really keeping it because it was very unique in my collection. It's not unique anymore. And honestly, I put in a lot of work in this. It's a nice little palette, but it doesn't really bring me that much joy anymore. So I'm going to say goodbye to this. Okay, then we have Urban Decay Stone Vibes, definitely keeping, obviously. We have Makeup Factory. This is the gold selection. This is a newer palette for me that I picked up sometime last year, so not getting rid of. I just kind of want to keep it for travel purposes. Also, I have it in my Pandas eyeshadows, and I think the quality is really nice, even though it's a boring neutral palette. This is a better quality than the Romand that I've obviously got rid of. Even though it's absolutely tiny, it all has kind of like the same shades, and there's a little bit more depth to this one where the Romand doesn't have it. You see what I mean? This one, you could do quite a bit more. This one, the depth is really here and it doesn't really show up too well. So I feel like this one, even also the shimmer quality in this one is really beautiful and really, really creamy. It kind of reminds me of ABH in a way. Can't be able to see that. I don't know if you can see that here. Ooh, you see how chunky and creamy this is? Beautiful. Roman doesn't do that, so sorry. All right, then we have the Lovers from Cosmic Beauty. Definitely keeping this one. It is newer and haven't played enough with it. I would never get rid of this at this point. Okay, Gal on Mars from Gloss Gods. Definitely keeping that one. Just got it in December, so a newer one for me too. And then Delicious Delights from Cosmic Beauty. Absolutely keeping. One of my all-time favorites. It's really one of my only rainbow palettes in my collection, so definitely keeping that. And then we have the Serenity. I love this palette. I've actually done a 5 looks 1 palette for my members for this one. So if you want to go check that out, obviously you need to become a member. But I love this one too. It's just been really, really fun to play with. So definitely staying in my collection. It looks kind of all beat up, but you know, I love it, so whatever. All right, last pile we have over here. I have the NARS Stargaze palette. I'm keeping this one. I actually just went into this shade the other day and it kind of helped me with my look. I do find the formula of this very nice. It's just not a palette I go into all that much. So I think I need to go into it a little bit more because it's quite a pricey one and it was a gift. Okay, California Love from ColourPop. I love some of these shades and then I think some of them I probably don't need. So I think what I will do is I'm going to, I kind of kept this one in because I was like, I like this color story, blah, blah, blah. And I do like this color story. There is a glitter though, and I'm just thinking, why don't I just put these with the rest of my ColourPop singles? Maybe get rid of the duplicated shades because there definitely are. Like these two are very similar to each other, so I don't really need to keep both of them. I'm going to depot it, so I'm going to put it in my declutter pile, depot it like I've done with all my other ColourPop singles because this is not getting any use. However, I am using my ColourPop singles in projects, so if I put this in my ColourPop singles palette, I think I'll use these more, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, then we have another avatar. This is the Earth one. Stunning, not getting rid of this. And also some of these tones were very similar to the She Glam, but obviously this quality is so much better. So I do not have any regrets at this point with what I have decluttered. And then we have the last avatar one that I have, and it's the Fire one. Again, that red. So I have another red that is very similar to that Juvia's Place. So, okay, then we have the only MAC one that I have. This is a very old palette. This is the Star Sighting palette in the shade Fuchsia. I guess they had different ones, and this was a holiday special. Definitely keeping this one. All right, then we have ABH Nouveau palette. This one I don't know if I should keep. Like, it's quite nice to keep it because I was one of the first ones to like grab it. I feel like I bought it directly from the ABH store and I did the review. I just feel like the formula isn't going really well and it's not lasting as well as the other ABH formula palettes that I have that are quite a bit older than this palette at this point. So I'm just wondering, also there's like shades I really don't like. Like this Peacock shade is just so dark. And this Muse shade is really, really dark. And I'm wondering if I really like, I don't know if I really look how, like they are so crumbly, some of them, which is not a bad thing. But these are really dark over here. Do I need them? Do I need any of this? Probably not. So what am I doing here? I don't know. Would I be sad? I think the collector in me would be sad to get rid of this, but I think ultimately I'm not that invested in this palette anymore. If it was pulled for a project level up, I think I would be disappointed. This is where I'm like struggling. This one and the Nabla one, I feel like I'm struggling the most with because I think the formulas are still really pretty on both of them. However, the Nabla one is more the color story. This one is more that I just feel like I'm not enjoying this one as much, but maybe it also is the color story. I used to really like this muted color story and now I don't really like it. What am I doing? What should I do? Let me know in the comments what I should do about this one. Okay, then we got the What's Up Beauty Geodes. Love this, definitely keeping it. All right, then we've got Sample Beauty Equalizer Volume 2. Definitely keeping this one as well. You can see I've definitely enjoyed it. And my Beauty Bay Earthy Palette. I'm keeping this. It is monstrous. It is so big. I have all the greens I could possibly need. That's probably why I'm getting rid of like some palettes with green in them because I really don't need them because I have this one and I think the Beauty Bay formula is quite a bit better. I'm just trying to make sure that this doesn't go bad because most of my Beauty Bays have gone bad in the past just due to where I live and the climate. But this one so far is lasting and some of these shades are really fun. So definitely keeping that one as well. Okay, so to recap, we're getting rid of all of these. However, some of them I am depotting. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And look, that's not too bad, 11 palettes, right? I think that's a little bit more than I had in mind. But these are really the ones that I've been talking about, humming and awing about, not really ranking very high. The only one in here where I think maybe I will actually just keep it in its packaging is the Aurora Struck. I don't know. Do I really want to depot this? Because some of these shades are really beautiful, but I know I don't go into these last two rows. They're just too dark. Maybe this one I would save, and maybe this one I would save. I mean, that one is pretty, but it's not really swatching. Yeah, maybe those two, and like the green. And maybe this one. There's a few that I definitely would save, but not all of them. I don't need the black. I don't need this dark blue. I don't really need this dark green. So yeah, maybe I should depot it. All right, so now we just need to organize my palettes back into my drawers because that's really the purpose of me to do this video. All right, so every month, as you know, if you're on my channel, I do a palette ranking of all the palettes that I've used that month. What I've started to do is like track the makeup that I wear because honestly, it's been so difficult to remember what I wear throughout the month. So I have it already written out for April so far of which palettes I've gone into for which different looks. So what we're gonna do right now is separate all the palettes that I've already gone into because I want them to be in their own separate piles so that I know what I'm supposed to rank at the end of the month. Also, we're gonna pull all the palettes that are already in projects because obviously they sit on my top shelf, which I'll show you in a moment. But at the moment, they're all sort of scattered everywhere. So we're just gonna do two different piles, palettes I've used this month and then palettes that are in projects. I think these are the ones that are in projects. These are the ones that I've gone into, and I don't think there's anything else. So I'm just gonna put these away, and I think I'll probably realize that I'm missing some, but we're gonna do that now, and then we'll organize the rest. All right, so this is my top drawer. What I'm gonna do, I usually try to separate everything depending on what project it is. So we have my ColourPop singles, which is actually my No Pan Left Behind series. So I'm going to keep that here. I have my Look for Rainbows. So this one is my Pan Up palette in order, so it's kind of on its own. I've got my Shadow Kiss, which is one of my Pan Up palettes for this year. This is a Project Level Up, which is the Kaleidos. The Avatar Lethal Air is also Project Level Up. Naughty Nude, another Pan Up palette, so I'm going to put that with the Shadow Kiss. Glaminatrix and Peach Perfect are two of my Pan Those eyeshadows. Yeah, I'm definitely missing palettes. What else do I have? Oh yeah, there's actually some. I think there's some in the ones that I've used. So, okay, so Urban Decay Stone Vibes I've used this month. So I'm going to put all the ones I've used this month in here, and then I'll figure out if I've used more than 2 shades, because I usually only want to rank a palette where I've used at least 2 shades. I think some of these I've only used just the one. Delicious Delights. The Serenity has a Pan Those eyeshadow, so even though I've used it, it's actually in a project. So I'm going to put it in here. Yeah, the Lovers I was missing. This one, I have a Pan Those eyeshadows in here as well. I also have 2 ColourPop. So I have 2 ColourPop, and then we've got 4 here. I think I'm supposed to have 7 this month though. So I'm missing, what's another one where I'm trying? All right, forgot about this one. This is also in my Pan Those eyeshadows. So I like to keep them all together just so I know which ones I'm supposed to be working on in here and whatnot. So that works for me. That should be all of my project palettes for now, at least. All right, so normally I put my small palettes in here, and I usually group them by brand or by like size, right? So let's say I have all of the Avatar Air ones together. So that's what I need to do next. So what I need to do next is kind of get all my small ones together by brand, and then we'll figure out how to do this. So usually all the Gloss Gods or the Glam Shops together because they're kind of the same size. And then also my Blueberry Muffin, I guess. Okay, so for these, I guess what I want to do, I'm not sure it's the best way to do this, if I'm honest. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if this is the best thing. Also just realized, obviously, I need to kind of re-pull all of the spring palettes because those are palettes that I should be using right now. Although, to be fair, there's like no need for me to do that. Do you see that rain? Do you see? This is the kind of weather that I'm having right now. I mean, yeah, maybe that's spring for you guys, but there's no point me having bright, colorful makeup at the moment. I'm feeling very gloomy. Like every day is like this. Okay, so I'm going to group the Gloss Gods together, I think. And maybe I'll just do like a time lapse because you don't need to hear me talk at the moment. Actually singles. I didn't not show you. It's just like singles that I've depotted, so that's why it's still there. Okay, so it seems that I have a lot of space in my bottom drawer, which I'm very excited about because I can see all my lovelies all together, and I don't don't. Do I want it like that? I guess so. I think that's okay for me. Oh, hey. Hi. I wasn't actually going to be on camera today, so my bare face. But thank you so much for watching my video. I'm going to be doing another makeup declutter for the rest of my makeup. And I will probably film that now, and it's going to be like a part 2. So if you're interested, that's also going to be coming. But thank you so much. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Bye.